We do a book group here at the center that I was with earlier today, and we were talking about our next theme being reading contemporary authors and someone that they were influenced by, and I wondered who you were influenced by.
Oh gosh. I mean, the usual names get batted about, I think, sometimes because I mean, obviously Virginia Woolf. I like Virginia Woolf. I read To the Lighthouse a lot. So I imagine she's in there. And poets. I like a lot of different poets, and the poets are here, and I like to try to get the poets into the text, mention them. So I'm influenced by that. And the funny thing is, you know, I just finished teaching, well, I was teaching a poem in a class. I can't remember the name of the poet. He's not that well known. It's a poem from a book called The Rattle Book, and it has a woman in a skirt, and she's carrying a bucket of water, and they talk about the bucket of water, the water flounces or flouncing. And I said to my students at the time how much I loved that. I thought, my God, that is just the best thing, water, flouncing, and a woman in a skirt, and how terrific that is. And I'm going to use that word. I'm going to use that word somewhere. I've got to use it. And sure enough, I found it. I found it in here. And the same thing I was saying today about Emily Dickinson, about the word blank. How much I like the word blank. You know, pain has an element of blank. They went from blank to blank. And it's here. I found it tonight when I was paging through and looking for something to read. The word blank. That's not a big deal. But all I'm saying is you read a lot and you hear lines and you hope for a certain kind of music. And so, yes. Yes, I'm not giving you a lot of things. Everybody influences me, everyone. I think it's hard to resist it. Yes.
I wonder if you think a lot about genre when you're writing, because you mentioned poets, that you read a lot of poetry, and what you're reading from is a novel I'm reading in Florida right now, which I love. But even the way you read sounds a lot like poetry. So I'm wondering if that is something that you think about when you're writing, and if so, if you make a conscious choice to write prose rather than poetry.
Yes, I certainly made a conscious choice. I've often said this before, that when I was a very young girl, I thought poets were saints, and I certainly wasn't saintly, so I wasn't going to be in line to be a poet. Also, I couldn't scan very well. That really seemed to rule me out. If you can't scan, or if you're uncertain, you might as well give it up. But I've learned that, of course, there are poets who can't scan, and there are also poets who really are far from saints. But in any event, I like poets, and I like to read them. But when I am writing, that is what I'm looking for. I really have this strong feeling that the sound of something should also convey the meaning. Even before you understand exactly what's going on, the way the words are together, or the syntax, or the sound it's making, that should tell you something about what's going on. That it's a bad scene, perhaps. You don't know really what's happening exactly, but it's bad. Because the words are hard, and the sounds are hard, and it's all very jarring, and the syntax is all, you know, mixed up. So yes, I do. Yeah. I aim for that. That happens. And that's that. And sometimes it doesn't happen, and the prose is very flat. You have to recognize that, I guess, and cut it. So.
If there aren't more questions, I think we should all have a glass of wine, and you can talk to Christine individually in the back. But I also want to say, I hope every single person here, please buy a book. Okay? Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.